Now we are discussing the many-to-many relationship. As we have know that the one-to-many relationship, one of the some things I want to explain you that, as we know that there is a two main relationship, is the one of the master detail relationship, and second one is a lookup relationship. There is a one also a relation which is called as the external lookup relationship. I want to tell you what is the external lookup relationship. If any file is if any external file, and do you want to import it from the another resources, yeah, another files, another csv file, this mapping of the external object to the current object, this is a kind of the external lookup. I have the not clear I have no clear clarification on that, but I guess this is a relationship. If you talk about the master detail relationship, there is a one to many relationship is a child is strongly dependent on the parents object in master detail relationship. In lookup relationship, one to many relationship, and if you want to create the one to one relationship, then you can be use the lookup relationship. There is a it depend on you, do you want to required the field have to fill in the child side or not. It is that means child is not strongly dependent on the parents object in lookup relationship. These things you have to clear that the, but there is no chance of the creating a many to many relationship. Then we use the concept of the junction object. And what are the junction? Initially I will tell you the what are the concept, and then after that I will read the all the things, and after that you will watch the complete video, and then you will understand the concept. There is no option of the creating one to many relationship and many to many relationship. So if two objects, object 1 and object 2, if they want to make the relationship many to many type of relationship, that means one object is related to multiple object of the b, and one b object is related to multiple object of the a. So these things is done by the using the master detail relationship by creating the third variable. So for example, if I talk about here is the object first, and then object second. Create the third variable, which is name is object first in object second. Then put the any variable name, and most of the time you use the create the one to master detail relationship between the one object to object. This one is to object, let's say it's give the name of the object third, and gives create the master detail relationship from the object b to object second to object third. There is a one from one object multiple instant is created. For example, for why this is object is created. For example, there is a one object 1 2 3 4, and there is a b c d e. Suppose a is related, one is related to ab, and d is related to 2 3, and 4 and e are the remain. Then if you created any third object, the third variable, what in that the third variable you created number in alphabet, then there is a field of the 1, and they stored the value of a, and there is a field of 1, and they stored the value of the b, and there is a field of the d which is stored the value of the 2, and there is a field of the d which is stored the value of the 3. This is the third variable of records. This is the record of the third variable. This is the record of the this will be the record of the third variable. This will be the record of the third object, sorry, third object. I think this things is understand. There is a one example is a master many-to-many relationship, that the student and group. In one group, one student can involve in the many group, and in one group there is a multiple student. So there is a many-to-many relationship is here. There is many-to-many relationship among these. In this we cannot create the relationship field on the both of the side of the object. Then we create the third variable, third object, student id, and there is a group id, in which that the student and which student is related from the which group, and which group, in which group there is a multi. No, how are the students are this, all the records are the safe in this object, this all the time. Creating the third table, what we do, will do creating the third table. Primary key of table 1 is a foreign key in the table third, and primary key of the table 2 is a foreign key in the third table. It kind of the variable is that there is a primary key of the student id and the group id. This is the related to this one, and this is related to group id. But there is a one question I will ask you. I want to ask you that can you insert value? Can you insert value without creating its interface? Suppose there is a one master and there is a detail, and can you enter the value in the detail section without opening the object of detail? Yeah, you can create. How? Go to the master object and open the relative page. In relative page there is a in relative page you will find that the how many are the objects of this is related to object b. So if you want to create the object of the record of the d, then you can create by the inside of the m relative inside or in object m in object m in object m by relative page and clicking the new button inside of the relative page. And if you want to reparenting it, you can reparenting it. Thus means you can enter the record in detail section without the opening the detail record, a detail object. This thing is I want to ask that this will help in the future in this way. I think this part is the understand that the primary key of the table first and is the foreign key is in table third, and primary key of the first is the foreign key at the table third. Note, we have to create the any many to many relationship we have to create third table in which the respective group. I already said that there is a student s1 s2 s4, and there is where s1 is related s1 g1 related to group s1 and student id. This all the things here. Data redundancy also here, but any of this student id and group id, but any of the there is only the data redundancy is also there. That means there is a g1 is repeated here in the same column, then the data redundancy also there. But this thing understand data redundancy is with the student id and the group id. There is only the two field, and that's why it's fine. Then those record inside the student in the group, that means this is the group. Table 3 are the involved inside the relationship table involved inside of the relationship. If those record which are not inside the student group, that means but their information is also saved in the student and the table group. What are they want to tell that for example, I created this record. Those record which are available in the student in group, this table, this is only the records are the related have create the relationship, and the remaining record of the student and the group section are the save in its personal object. in its personal object. That means it's not necessary to remove that the object. This thing is the understand. The word junction object. Junction object is a there is a two object A and B, and if I want to create the master detail many-to-many relationship, then we create the master detail relationship in Salesforce. um, in Salesforce, a junction object is a custom object. What is the junction object? In Salesforce, junction object is a custom object used to create the many-to-many relationship. What is the junction object? Junction object is a custom object which is used to creating the many-to-many relationship between the two objects. Normally, Salesforce support one-to-many relationship using the lookup and the master detail field, but you need many-to-many relationship. You use a junction object. Salesforce supported that if anyone asks what is the junction object, you have to say that first of all you have to describe the so junction object is a custom object which is support the many-to-many which is used to create the many-to-many relationship. And give the one point is also that in Salesforce there is a two kind of the relationship, and one of the both support the one-to-many relationship. This thing is enough with the describing of the junction object. How it work? I understand. I told you how it's work, but read it. It gives the more vocab to and how to speak that. A junction object act like a bridge between the two objects. It act like a between the two bridge of the between the two objects. It typically has a two master detail relationship, each pointed to one object you want to contact. It contains the two master detail relationship, but it's what is the bridge object? It's bridge object. It contains the two master detail relationship and point to the object you want to connect. This this allow you to associate multiple record of the A with the multiple record of the B. For example, student and course. Imagine a student and a student enroll in the many courses, and course have the many students. You have to create the junction object for enrollment and add the two master detail relationship, one to student and one to custom. Now enrollment link with the one student and one course ID, enabling the many-to-many relationship. Key point: enable complex relationship. What is used for the enabling the complex relationship? Support roll up master field summary field become in the master detail relationship. What is the field? Is roll up summary field. What is the roll up summary field? Is that roll up summary field is a kind of roll up summary field is, for example, one of the master and this is a detail. There is a they are connected to. I want to the average of the detail of this. Then it the roll up summary will extract all the information of the detail, and it point to the master details and point to the master these things and all the details. For example, I want the average. This average will show here. I want the minimum value in particular field, then its value is show here. I want max, this value is also show here. These things is done by here. This helps to create the master data commonly used in this scenario, like the project and employee. And in one project there is a multiple employee, and in one employee is one at one project, and product one product ordered by the multiple people, and one people can be ordered the multiple product. This kind of the relationship in use the junction object. Who will be the owner of the junction? See, for example, A and B are the two. This one is one object and this one is another object. Then you create the junction object is C. Who will the owner of the C? There is a why? Because I am asking this question. Earlier you have the here that if there is a master detail relationship between the then owner of the detail is the owner of the B. this all the property is inherit of the detail from the master of the field. These things we have to learn, but who will be the owner of the sea? There is a two master detail relationship for the sea. There is a one of the master master relationship with A, and there is a B. Who will be the owner of the sea junction object? So answer is that which one is the field, which one of the master detail field is created initially, that will the owner of the field. Which one is the created firstly, and first relationship is called as a primary relation, and primary relation is the owner of the sea and junction object. These things is which master detail relation which master detail relationship is created first, become the owner of the sea. Which of the master detail relationship created first, you become the. If A is created to the first the master detail relationship with C, then owner and security and setting copy from the A. If A field is created firstly, then owner security and setting is from A. Similarly, if V is created initially, then copy the setting, security and owner of the B. The three things: setting, sharing, setting, security. Sharing security. This is copy from the owner copy from the primary master detail object. I already said that which one is field relation created first is become the primary master detail object. Then if one object have read only permission, great question. Who is the owner of the junction object? Depending on the type of the relationship is if the junction object use the two master detail relationship, the junction object does not have its owner field. If the related the master object, then master detail relationship it not have the ownership. Ownership is the control by the parents object. And as you know that if there is a for field initially you created, but when you created the master detail relationship, the owner name is removed suddenly. There is only a three standard field are the remaining if you created only three objects. The junction of owner is controlled by the parents object, because master detail means that the child record inherits security and ownership from the parents. In case the junction object record is honored by the parents in the first master relationship, technically it is inherit sharing and the visibility from the both parents. Technically, if you look here, there the two master data relationship, but technically they want to inherit from the both, but they have which one which honor which one is created firstly. You cannot manually assign the honor. You cannot assign the manually to honor. If the junction object use lookup relationship instead, the junction object has its owner field instead of the creating the master data relationship. If they use the lookup relationship, they have the its own owner name. You can assign ownership like any another standard or custom object. Sharing and the visibility property depend on the junction object on sharing rule. Best practice for the true many to many relationships, Salesforce recommended the master data relationship, so you can use roll up summary field and maintain the data integrity. This thing is we have created the two master data relationship one object. There is a two object, one of there is how many master data relationship created from the one particular object. The maximum governor limit is the two. Maximum master detail relationship can you create. You can create the maximum 40 relationship. For example, you have the total relationship is the 40. That means 40 relationship if you created one master data relationship, then you can create 39 relationship. You have created the two master data relationship, then you have the for 38 relationship you can create. Only the object have max two master detail field, but they can be the master of the many object. But for example, object can be create max to max to master data relationship, but in one object can be master of the many object. There is no limit for that. Schema designed for the institutional app. For example, there is a student to match course, faculty, and the rating. This five, a 1 2 3 4 5 field are the available. The relationship between the faculty and the course is a one to many, and there is a lookup relationship. Is a schema designed by them. Course and batch, there is a many to master detail, and there is a student and batch. In one student, in one batch there is multiple student. And so how can we create the student in batch? Do not directly connect each object with another object. Practically showcase how to create the lookup, how to create up lookup, how to look up field child side will be blank or null when the parents is deleted. There is one option how we have the child when deleted. This thing is earlier we have the discuss these things that the how the child will we have when parents lookup relation. In lookup relationship there is a two things. One of the when the parents is deleted, one of the options that deleting the null, delete or put the null value instead of the parents, and second one of the don't allow to delete the parents until it refer the any object. In lookup relationship there is a field. There is a one error which whatever I face during the creating of the master data relationship, that the cannot create the master data relationship. This is kind of the error. You cannot create the new master data relationship. This kind of that creating a master data relationship and custom. The problem is what and why this error is come. Initially I created a custom object, one of the custom object, and after creating that object I have enter the record in it. That means there is some record in already in the custom object. Then I plan to creating the another custom object and make this object as a master and make this object as a detail. As it necessary to that all the object of the details should be linked with the master record. That means no one record will be free without a relationship. No one record will be in the detail section without a relationship. That means those record are in the detail section, it must be related to a master section. And so this error is came here, and how to resolve it. One if you want to read, then you can read. Why are you getting this error? Salesforce does not let you go the create the master data relationship on the custom object that already have the record. That means they have the some record earlier in master data relationship. Every child record must have a parents record. In master data relationship there should be the each child have the parents record, and the parents controls ownership, sharing, and deletes these things. Ownership, sharing, and delete. If your custom object like custom already have any row without a parents, Salesforce block you from the creating the master detail directly. That exactly how the message showing in the in screenshot. I uploaded the screenshot. The first of the option is that the create the lookup option, lookup field, then complete all the map all the child to the child to the in his the first option is the create the lookup relationship and map the child to the parents and then convert the master relationship. This is the following step: create the lookup field and customer to account, and then lookup request convert to another and back to convert the second one is the delete the all the child record or and delete the all the child record and create the master data relationship. It is easily converted created. These things I have done in the past. Quick checklist before you have tried again. Creating an account. This all the things I have to create in creating account as lookup object. Every custom required account populate. These things is over here. Then in next lecture we will see the how to create the junction object.